So John, what are we going to be out here doing today?
Well, we're going to work the structure situations. We're going to work for largemouth bass. We got cold front conditions, day 2. There's not many fish being caught except for Hess Lake, a few northerns. So I want to catch largemouth bass. And in these lakes, a good percentage of them live in the weeds. So we're going to use jigs to present our lures in the thicker parts of the weeds that are adjacent or on structure situations. So I haven't been here yet, so I'm just viewing on what we got out here. We'll probably start out here about 10 feet and work up to about 6.
What are you looking in the water for? What are you looking for?
Visually, this is a visual thing. So you got weeds coming up high, so you can kind of look at the weeds and see points in the weeds just like you'd see points on the outside edge of a weed line when you read it with your depth finder. And you do the same thing here as you do out there. You follow the turns in the weed line. You notice different breaks in the weeds, two different types of weeds coming together, or where a depth where the weeds get thicker or thinner, or something different in the surrounding area. But you do it in and around the features that you would fish normally.
Let's go do it. Let's go do it. What's your setup here?
Let's do it. I got a jig and a spinning rod. A spinning rod, most of our presentations are going to be short pitches. Drop it down, throw your rod up, close your bail. You're feeling for a bite. When it gets down to the bottom, you give it a couple jigs. The idea is to put it right in front of the fish's face. And when you do, you get a bite, set the hook, get him out of there. Sometimes you catch one at a time, sometimes there'll be 10 in a group. But it's just like everything else, only you're fishing in and around the weeds. And this is the best presentation. You could fish something over the top of the weeds for the active fish, like a spinnerbait or a crankbait or something like that. But this gets down in there in cold front conditions. This is ideal presentation for cold fronts.
Well, let's go get them.
Let's go get them. Look at that, Jim. I can't stand it. That's some good looking stuff.
So John, we're moving. What's going on?
Yeah, we just checked it out. We had one bite and it was a bite off, so we're just moving to a different area. We may troll over to the next spot.
Let's do it.
Got to mix it up.
Okay, John, we're working a new area now, and as I'm looking around, I'm seeing weeds all over the place. I mean, where do you start on something like this?
Well, being that we're in the summer period, we want the weeds closest to the outside edge. But we don't want to fish the outside edge, we want to fish up into them just a little bit. What we're doing, we're fishing a slot that runs throughout from the main lake. It's a slot that's dug out, and it runs for like a half a mile. And we're just going to fish up and down that slot.
But we're going to be fishing on the edges.
On the edges.
Into the slop.
Into the thicker weeds. So here we got there's a main lake right here, and there's a slot that was dug up in here. It's man-made, and we're fishing this bar right here, associated with this deepest water in the area. It's about 20-22 feet out here, maybe 25 in the middle. But we're fishing the drop-off, the weed line area adjacent to the drop-off into the deepest water in the area. This is kind of what you look for. We got the drop-off right here, and these are nice, thick, matted weeds. This is a good break that'll hold a lot of fish. Whoops. I might have just missed one, actually. This is what we do, make short little pitches into this thick stuff, and we're fishing the edge of the weeds. Not rocket science. I mean, I don't know what else you're going to put in there. You know, I don't know how you're going to get your bait down to the fish. When they're active, they might be up, and you can fish like a topwater bait over the top when they're active, but when they're not active and you got a cold front day like today, they're going to be down in the stuff, so a jig's your best presentation. Give it 2-3 hops. Reel it in, make another pitch. Sometimes they're in the hole, sometimes they're in the thickest part. You just got to check it out. One of the good sayings that I've ever heard, Terry O'Malley said that there was a guy named Bob Lang who was the best jig fisherman he ever knew in the Chicago area, and he wrote for Fishing Facts. Buck says the fish are either shallow, deep, or somewhere in between. But Bob Lang says the fish are either shallow in the weeds, deep in the weeds, or somewhere in between in the weeds. So when you are fishing the weeds, that's a good thing to keep in mind.
You know what I like to say, John?
Let's go get him.
Let's go get him.
Let's go get him. I knew he was going to say that. There's the first one. He's not too big, but we got to chase one some fish, so we got to start somewhere.
All right. Okay, what do you got going there, John?
Don't know. Got something. Pretty decent one. A little bit better. Now he came real close to the outside edge.
Oh yeah, nice fish, nice fish.
That's a nice fish.
Oh, and he ate that puppy.
Yeah,
he ate that puppy.
He definitely ate it.
Let's
see, he came from an area where the weeds didn't come all the way to the surface, but you can still see them on a depth finder. So you just throw out, let it sink, and you don't have any visual stuff to look at, but you keep going.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
He's not bad. This is, being you're already doing a visual thing, you want to look for when you're visually fishing the weeds is the presence or absence of bait fish. If you're seeing, this is second after front, and while we're visually fishing this stuff, we're not seeing any minnows, we're not seeing any bluegills, we're not seeing anything. So as you're fishing throughout the day, it doesn't matter if you're fishing, trolling spoon plugs on the drop off, or what you're doing. You want to pay attention to the activity of what you're seeing in the water. So if you're not seeing nothing all day, and all of a sudden 3 hours later you're starting to see bluegills show up or minnows showing up, then you know conditions are improving. If you start the day seeing nothing, like we are now, and you start to see the bait fish show up, even if you're trolling and you see no bait fish on your screen, and then 3 hours later all of a sudden they show up out of nowhere, then it's an indication or a slap in the face to say, hey, you better get ready because something's happening.
If you do see those bait fish and bluegills above the weed situation that we're fishing, what does that indicate?
It indicates just that they're more active, because they're going to be just like any other fish. When they're active, they come up and over the structure. These are breaks. These weeds are breaks on the structure situations. And just seeing the presence of bait fish hovered above them is a sign that the fish are more active. It's when you're not seeing anything that you want to worry about it.
All right.
He's in the thick stuff.
Yeah.
He's in the thick stuff. He's not a big one, but he's a
good one.
A keeper.
Oh,
now he came out of the. We just got done working the outside edge. We caught 2 fish and had 3 or 4 more. But now we're making a reverse pass, and we're checking a little bit shallower than what we did before. We knew we were close, but we just didn't get enough bites. So we moved in just a little bit into the thicker stuff. And as soon as we did, bingo. Right in the thick stuff. Look at this stuff. Show it to him, Jim. Look at this thick stuff.
So are we moving on?
Yeah, we're gonna take a little break. We've only got a few fish, missed a few bites. It's not hot to trot right now, which, what do you expect in these kind of conditions? We're gonna head out to the channel and see if we can find some smallmouth out there.
Let's go get them.
All right, let's get them.
The right-hand side, the north side of the channel, is down about 17, 18 feet. Weeds are a little bit better on this side. They're not quite as deep. So we just started over here, so we're working our way down.
So have you had many hits, northerns, today?
Just had the one.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't feel so bad.
Yeah. He had a bite off on the northern. He thinks that's a big thing.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, well.
I said it was zebra mussel. I said he got his line on the zebra mussel.
Could be, yeah.
You know.
His zebra mussels bite. Yeah, but yeah, it bit pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Norm, can I fish with you? I'll just sit in the boat.
Are you?
Yeah, this is too much.
Yeah, I'm booked up right now. So.
You know what? I'll just sit there. I'll net your fish.
You're going to be the cameraman?
I'll net your fish,
you know what? He's not going to sit there because he's not going to shut up.
Oh, he doesn't. He never shuts up. He never, ever, ever shuts up.
You know what? It's all about the teaching. It's communication, right? No, he's so stupid. I got to teach him. I can't quit talking because he doesn't know nothing. Oh, no. He's a teacher, though, right?
Yeah. See?
You know, he's a good teacher. He's a good person. He's just stupid. He can't catch fish, you know? Yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, I've been fishing this morning and I caught 2 bass like that and he catches nothing. What are you going to do? I need some help. Yeah. You know? Every single time I'm going to throw to a spot, right away he changes the angle of the boat and I'm like in a bunch of weeds. Jim wants to get some video, so I hook a fish and he's like, hold on, let me start this up. And I'm fighting the fish and I've lost I don't know how many trying to get him on video for this guy. If you don't set the hook, I'm sorry. This guy. I'm trying to make him happy so he can get some on video to make everybody think he's a good fisherman.
People don't realize how sick he is. People don't realize how sick of a mind he's got.
This is Abbott and Costello.
Nice. Nice.
Are these brown trout?
No.
They're not?
I don't think so.
I told you they weren't.
Damn it. I thought you said those were browns. Jim, I'm not taking you fishing anymore if you're going to lie to me. How about I had it?
How many did you get?
Just what you're looking at. We lost a few.
Was that from up there or out here?
Shallow water, jig fishing in the weeds.
Okay. Up there.
Yeah.
You guys killing any fucking thing?
What's the matter with you?
Well, I don't know. Lost my fucking mind, I guess. Hang around you guys.
We're fishing this whole section. We claimed this whole section. What are you doing here?
Good, hanging out.
Any bites?
Right. Fuck, I ain't got a fucking thing. What the hell it is? Somebody's got a curse on me.
You ever have any hits?
Had a few taps. On and,
yeah, we talked to them. They got a limit.
yeah. Yeah, I tried it. This running 85 feet behind the boat with 100. Tried all that down there. Fuck, I might as well be in a parking lot fucking trolling.
You know what? Why don't you get off the lake and give some other people a shot at it? You know?
Give you a chance. I'll give you my anchor and let you go swimming with it. You guys been getting any?
Couple of bass. Look how fat they are. A small northern Michigan bass. I caught that fish in my house. That thing be about half that thick. Pretty. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Jim.
I told you I'd put you on the fish.
I appreciate it. Thanks for netting my fish.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, back to the drawing board. One stinking fish. That's pitiful. Pitiful. That's what we are today. Pitiful.
Perfect weather conditions. Bluebird skies, cool wind.
Yep, about 20 degrees below normal.
Crystal clear water.
Perfect conditions.
This is the kind of weather that we're dealing with.
Just pitiful.